Good morning. Good morning, everyone. My name is Iris Carreras. I am a certified life coach. And I want to bring you today a presentation regarding managing emotions. There's a Spanish version of this, also recorded for those that speak Spanish, but I wanted to do one in English as well. That way, everyone can take advantage of this presentation. And basically, what I want to talk about is about something that we all go through, which is emotions. During the day, you can experience different emotions from anger, happiness, joy, jealousy, anxiousness throughout the day, which means that in any given day, you can have ups and downs. So it's to be expected to have an up and down. The emotions are not linear. It's not like you're gonna be happy all day. That'd be really nice, but that rarely happens. But there is a way where you can make sure most of the time you spend during the day is you being happy and you enjoying life and you being you, the best you can be. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So we're going to be taking control of our lives by managing our emotions. Like I mentioned before, some of the emotions that we can feel throughout the day and life itself is happiness, anger, fear, hope, grief, love, jealousy, and joy. As you can see, there's a Spanish side and an English side. Like I said before, this presentation is also in Spanish. So these are some of the emotions we can go through. There's hundreds of them. I just wanted to list the most, the major ones, the one we really concentrate on. And like I said, you're gonna go through them. It's part of life. So the problem with the emotions is that when they get too intense, then we can manage them. For example, let's say you are angry, then you get to a level of anger that is just so much you can't handle. Or for example, you feel sad and your level of sadness is just so much you can't handle it. That's what becomes usually depression. And then you're so afraid of whatever's going to happen, and then that becomes anxiousness. And you can see those reflect in your body as well, like somatic. You can start feeling symptoms in your body when you're anxious, when you're angry, when you're grieving, you feel it and it hurts, right? It hurts. So to be able to manage those emotions the proper way is what helps us reach that goal or have a fulfilling life. The model we're going to use, or that I actually personally use, is what's called the ABC model. ABC stands for A, activating event, which is what made you feel that way, right? B is the beliefs, what we believe, what we tell ourselves, our thoughts. And C is the consequence, which is the aftermath of the event and what you thought of it. What's interesting about this is that activating and consequence is completely controlled by your beliefs. So B in this case is the most important part. Why? Because the activating event, you really can't control that. Somebody cut you off while you're driving, or somebody jumped on the line, or somebody talked to you the wrong way. You can't control that, right? You have no control over it. It's same thing with the consequences. The consequences, they can be either good or bad, positive or negative. But what makes them that way is what you believe, is what you tell yourself, right? And that's what the ABC model stands for. We have this event. Let's say, for example, you're going to start a new job. And you went to the interview, you're prepared, you did really well, they gave you the offer, and you start on Monday. Well, That's the event. You have no control over that. You're gonna start on Monday, and you can feel different ways. You can feel excited, but at the same time you're a little anxious, but at the same time you're a little worried. Okay, am I gonna be able to make it? Am I good enough? Am I gonna have a good time? How's my supervisor? Am I gonna be able to show that I really, really, really know what I'm doing? So all these thoughts come to your mind, right? And that little bit of anxiety is good. It's good to have a little bit of anxiety, because that helps you jump up and be able to do things the right way. It kind of gives you like a pick me up. So anxiety is not at all bad. It's bad when it goes to the extreme. If it's either too low or too high, let's say from a scale of 1 to 10, if your anxiety is between 3 and 2 and 5, 2 and 4, you're good. That's the anxiety that makes you wake up in the morning, take a shower, get ready for work. Okay, I gotta get the kids ready. So that little bit of I can't be late. I gotta get to work. I gotta get to this meeting. I gotta get to this doctor's appointment. That is good anxiety, because that helps you, that motivates you. So anxiety is not at all bad. It's not like people feel, oh, I'm anxious. That's okay. We all feel it from time to time. The problem comes when this anxiety takes control over your life. That is the problem. So not having enough anxiety, what? You're not going to want to get up to bed. You're going to wait for everybody to come do what you were supposed to be doing. And no, I don't feel like it. You know, no, no, no. You got to have that pump. You got to have that what do you call it, emotion. You gotta have that pick me up. Hey, listen, I gotta pick up. I gotta get up. I gotta do this. That is fine. Now, when anxiety turns from like 8 to 10, that is just the anxiety where your hands are sweating, where you're worried, but you don't know what to do. And this is what activates the limbic system. So now you're no longer thinking, you're just reacting, right? That's the anxiety from 8 to 10. You're just reacting. Okay, what's happening? You're just reacting. So our thoughts control the consequences. 100%. You either have positive thoughts to get positive consequences, or you don't. And that's basically it. And that's what the ABC model talks about. So let's say you're starting this new job, and you're believing that, I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't know. I lied in my resume. I don't know where I'm walking into. What if I don't like my supervisor? What if they don't like me? What if I have a bad day? What if I get there late? Well, if you start thinking that way, your body is already starting to shut down, right? And you're probably not gonna act the right way. Unlike if you think, you know what? I'm ready. I know this is a new adventure for me. I know that there's a lot for me to learn, but if others did it, I can do it. I'm bright. I'm smart. I can learn anything. You know, I just need some guidance. I am self-sufficient. I'm a team player. Um, and I know I can do this. See the difference in the thoughts? You're already calming yourself down. You're giving yourself confidence to do this job. And you know you can do it. So why start worrying for something that hasn't happened yet? It hasn't happened yet. Just get there, right? With the right mentality. That way, if something actually happens, you know how to manage it. So the ABC model is very important for us to learn. And that's what I want us to really concentrate on it today, and how powerful our thoughts are. You create your destiny, and it starts here. The Bible actually talks about that, right? The Bible talks about that. Everything that's in your heart is going to come out of your mouth. Everything that's in your heart is going to come out of your mouth. So we have to be very careful of what we think in our heart. We have in our heart, we think in our head, it's going to come out and we're going to create it. So we got to declare, we have to talk positive. We have to make it a habit of take the negative talk out of our mouth. All right. because we were created for a purpose. We all deserve to be happy. We all deserve to be at peace. But at the end of the day, you are the only one that can create that for yourself, taking responsibility of that. And I say it for myself. I'm a very passive person. I am. But I also have my buttons. There's some buttons that if you press, I am going to explode. So I do know what my buttons are. So what I try to do throughout the day is always constantly checking, okay? Checking in, checking in. I meditate, I pray, constantly praying, honestly, because I know there's a lot of fault on me. I know that there's things that I can't change on my own, but there's other things that I can do. And the stuff that I can do, I will do. And that is change the way I think about myself, change the way I think about the people around me. Nobody owes me anything. No, I'm here for the grace of God. So I don't expect anything from anyone, right? And because I don't expect anything from anyone, I take responsibility for my actions. I don't take responsibility for your actions or my children's actions. No, I take responsibility for me. This is what I can do. I can do better than yesterday, today. And that's the belief we need to get into in order to control and manage our emotions. We got to be able to cope with them. What happens? It depends on how you think. That's how the consequences are going to come for you, for your life. Um, Ways to manage emotions. There's different ways. Like I said, the ABC model is very important. But the most important thing um, when it comes to managing emotions is actually recognizing it, right? You can't change something you don't know is there. You have to be able to recognize, to see it, to feel it, to face it. Hey, listen, I get really, really angry when they change plans at the last minute. I'm a stickler for a schedule. I have an agenda for everything. Everything has its place. Everything has a moment. Everything. So when plans change at the last minute, they used to get me so mad. I remember it used to ruin the whole day for me. It was bad. We could go on a trip. Hey, let's go to Disney. And for some reason, we had to make a detour at the last minute, and that messed up the whole day. That was me, right? But now I realize that it's not it's not that big of a deal. Honestly, it is heavy to have all this control on you. It hurts you. You don't enjoy the way life the way you're supposed to enjoy it because you want to control all of this. You want to be able to have all this baggage. Let it go. But you have to recognize that there's a problem. You have to be able to pinpoint and know what exactly is that bothers you. What exactly is that makes you sad? What is that makes you depressed? What makes you angry? You have to be able to pinpoint it, recognize it, so you can change it. And yes, it is possible to change. Study shows and research shows that we can change our brain. We can change. Yes, it is possible. So whoever said that, oh, people don't change, that's not true. People that don't want to change don't change. But if you really want to change, if you really want to be a better person, you can do it. You just need to take control of your life and realize that life is not about you. It's about what you can do for others. It's about how great you can be for others. It's about how big of a blessing you can be for other people. Life is not about Iris at all. I'm just here to service. I'm just here to make the world a better place. Right? Once we realize that we're just part of the bigger picture, we're just part of a whole, then we really recognize our place in this earth and the purpose we were created for, the purpose God created us for, right? So we have to recognize what is really our trigger. Next one is controlling it. Ooh, that's a hard one. Honestly, we're supposed to have self-control. We're supposed to. It's part of our free will. It's part of our choices. Yes, we blow off the handle sometimes and we yell at our kids. I used to do it a lot. I was guilty. I didn't know how to express my emotions. I was not taught that. Nobody told me how to express my emotions. No, nobody did. I had to learn that on my own. It was to blow up and everything is to get me mad. Why? Why? So controlling it, being able to say, you know what? I feel it coming. Because you can feel it. Your body tells you when you're going to get mad. Either your heart races, your palms start to sweat, you immediately frown, right? You can feel it. Like if you are in that space where you can actually feel yourself getting mad, you can control it. Okay, somebody's telling you something that you don't like. You immediately feel it. You're like, okay, hold on. Just give me 1 minute. 1 minute. Walk away. Walk away. Just the fact of moving yourself from one place to another can make a whole difference, like a whole world of a difference when it comes to reacting instead of thinking before you say anything. Don't react. If you feel it, if you have to tell the person to please give you a minute, even if they don't give you the minute, walk away. So please just give me 1 second. Just 1 second. Breathe in. They're still talking. Walk away. Tell them, well, I asked you for a minute. You didn't give me. I need a minute. Walk away. Just the fact of you removing yourself from your situation, your body's gonna be like, okay, there's no threat anymore. I don't need to start reacting and making all this cortisol, right? That bumps you up and shut down the thinking brain and start the the what do you call it what do you call it? Shut down the thinking brain and start the survival mode, the freeze, fight, or flight mode, right? So survival mode. Mm-mm. That's what we need to control. Another way is forgiving. We tend to hold grudges. When you hold a grudge, you're just hurting yourself. I learned that as well. Yes, the hard way, right? The person who wronged you don't even remember what they did. They didn't even ask for forgiveness. It don't matter. You forgive them because of you, because you don't deserve to carry all this heavy weight for what somebody did to you. That's on them. That's their loss, not yours. So why are you carrying all this instead of letting it go so better stuff can come to you, right? So forgiving is one big one. Let go, right? Let it go. Just let it go. You can't hold on to something and expect to get something new. You have to let it go. You have to. Whatever it is that is making you sad, that is making you anxious, that is making you fearful, that is making you jealous. You heard that, right? It's making you. Let it go. Why are you letting that affect you and your happiness? No. We can't be ruminating in the same thought. No. It happened. Oh, well, moving on. You can't stay in that state of mind forever because that's when you are in survival mode for so long, your body just tends to um, um, get used to it. And then if you're not in survival mode all the time, then you feel like you're not yourself. But that's not yourself. Why are you doing that to yourself? All right? Control it, recognize it, forgive it, and let it go. Be positive. This is one of my favorite ones. I'm always positive about everything. I can be sick. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm sick. All right, this is a couple of days, and maybe I get to stay home and enjoy myself and watch my show, the same show that I've been watching for years. I just keep rewatching it. I don't know. I just like it. Be positive, right? Everything happens for a reason. The Bible says that for those that love God, everything happens for a reason, and He can work everything for good. That made no sense to me in a period of my life where I was going through a really hard time. And I was like, why? Why am I going through this? But now I realize that it had a purpose. He made me a better mom, made me a better wife, a better daughter. It made me a better person, right? It made me realize what was really important in my life and who was the people that was important in my life and who I could count on and who was a blessing and who was not, right? So be positive about everything. That will change your whole mentality. That will change your whole world. Who wants to be next to a negative person? I don't. Have actually cut out people from my life that were always negative or always having pain or always complaining or something. I have actually cut out people of my life that were always like that. So yes, choose. You have a choice. Who gets to stay with you? Who doesn't? Who stresses you out? Who doesn't? Who has that power over you? Don't let them. Don't fear. Do not fear. Like I said before, everything happens for a reason. I know that at the moment, if you're gloom, you're angry. Oh, you just want to react. Don't do it. You have a choice. Don't let anyone get you to that point. And if anyone gets you to that point, you need to reevaluate yourself, not them, because you can't control them. What are you doing? What are you contributing to this person to treat you that way? You're letting them, right? We have to take responsibility. I'm letting them. If I make boundaries, and boundaries doesn't mean, oh, I'm never gonna talk to you. No, 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 no. It's boundaries. No, you don't talk to me that way. But I can't talk to you that way either. You respect me, I respect you. Whatever you give, you're gonna get. Now, if you still don't get it, then I'm gonna have to cut you off. It's that simple. You don't have to be with someone or next to someone that treats you bad. You don't. You do not. Right? If they can treat you the way you deserve, you can walk away. You can move on. You can love yourself enough to say enough. Right? No one should be able to disturb your peace. So do not fear. If you don't feel like you're in the right place or you're supposed to be treated or you're being treated the way you're supposed to, walk away. Be grateful uh, for everything. I know it sounds hard, but it's a way to manage your emotions as well. Be grateful. Something happens to you, understand that it has a reason. Be grateful. Nothing of what we have right now, we actually deserve. We don't deserve it. God has provided for us, and we need to be grateful, whatever that is. Whatever that is. It was His will for our life. So when you start seeing it that way, that you really have no control over something, you really don't. Just be grateful for it. Change your mentality. It has a reason. Somebody cut you off. You got a flat tire on your way to work. Now I got a flat tire. What am I supposed to do? Now we're gonna spend half hour changing this tire. I'm gonna be late, and then my supervisor's gonna be mad, and she's gonna start. Or you can say, well, I have a flat tire. Let me call my boss and let them know that I'm gonna be a little bit late. Change the tire. You don't know if that prevented you from hitting someone, having a car accident, or who knows what is that preventing you for. I have experienced that where I think I'm running late and something happens. I forgot my keys. My keys got locked in the car. Now I gotta sit here and find somebody to help me. And half a mile or a mile down the road, I see a huge car accident that me thinking that was probably could have been me if I have rushed out of the house the way I was rushing out of the house. And I have had that happen to me more than once. So we have to be grateful for everything. Meditate. Meditation, prayer is very, very important. I really recommend it to everyone. To just take a moment, chill, find your center, find yourself, feel how your body reacts, feel how your body moves, feel yourself, be in the moment, pray, pray. That's one of the main things. Meditate. Take 5 minutes from your day, especially before you start the day. So if you get up at 6:30, make a habit of getting up 5 minutes earlier. 5 minutes. Get 5 minutes to concentrate in your day, in preparing your mind for the day, and saying a prayer, giving thanks to God for waking up. Thanking God for because you're there, because you're here, because you're alive. A lot of people don't get to wake up tomorrow, but you do. You did. You're here. And you have all of this that God has provided. So make a habit of spending that time with Him. You'll see the difference in your life. At least 5 minutes. Start with 5 minutes and you'll see the difference. You're gonna like it so much. The space you're gonna be in, your peace, your inner peace, your love, your happiness, that you're gonna want to do it all the time. That's me, all the time. So meditate, pray, find a way to find yourself, okay, who you truly are. Acceptance. Yes, accept that you can change. Accept it. Hey, it's part of life, right? Make the best out of it. Make the best out of it. You can't change it, so why worry about it? Why be depressed about it? Why be angry about it? You can change it. Okay? You have a difficult boss. You can't change your boss. The only thing you can do is change the way you see your boss. And if the answer is to see your boss less, then see him less. Instead of going to his office every half hour, try not to go to inside his office until you actually need to. If it's because he's always emailing you, his emails. Hmm, respond to him when you can. If it's someone that you can't get out of, like if someone in your family, in your house that you really can't avoid seeing, then make a way for you to find your happiness. Once they see that you're actually changing, once they see that they can't affect you anymore, once they see that you have found your power, that you have found yourself, they're going to have a choice. Either move on and go bother somebody else or change too. Because that's the thing, it's like a change reaction. Once you change yourself and how you react to other people, they have two choices. Either change with you or move on. And lastly, love. Love changes everything. You can have a small plant, and if you give it love, you nurture it, you feed it, you give them water when it needs to. I talk to my plants, not every day, but I make sure I talk to them at least once a week. Let them know how beautiful they're growing. You don't have to do that, but there's something I do, right? They grow beautifully, and if you can do that to a plant, imagine what you can do to a person. Express yourself in a positive way. Let them know that you are changing, that you're working on yourself. And for that, I praise you. Thank you for stopping. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it's helpful. If you need any more help or assistance, or if you want an individual session, you can always send me an email. We can talk, we can set something up. I'm going to leave you my information, the last slide, and God bless you all.